What's up, YouTube? This your boy MZ from MZ Talks Boxing. Congratulations to Gary Russell, Hernandez, and Wilder for being victorious in their battles the other night. And we're going to jump right into it. Yes, Deontay Wilder got the win, but there are some key elements that I would like to point out before we go moving on to the next thing. Oh, yeah, that's my shirt. The best dads get promoted to grandpa. Somebody got love for me. Now, as I had broke down in the earlier video, if Dominique Breazeale didn't have good head movement and he didn't tighten up on his defense and speed, then his chances of losing were greater. But there's something that I would like for you all to home in on. It's not what Dominique Breazeale didn't do. It's more of what Deontay Wilder did. If you noticed, when he landed that first punch on Breazeale, which staggered Breazeale and sent him over to the corner, Deontay Wilder started off kind of wild when he got ready to chase him down, but it was more controlled. He did run into a punch because I did tell you that when Dominique Breazeale gets hurt, he will let his hands go. And he caught Wilder with a good one. Wilder composed himself, stepped back, and then landed a, I guess you could say, a picture-perfect 1-2 that dropped Breazeale. The things that I said that Wilder needed to do was to stay composed, be in check of his emotions. These are things that he done. These are things that he did. And he got a victory. Now, there's been comparisons made about the way Anthony Joshua dispersed of Breazeale and the way that Wilder dispersed of Breazeale. They both dispersed it of him. They both beat him. They both knocked him out. We can all agree to that. Now, the glaring problem is going to be that Wilder knocked him out so fast that you can't really make an argument. There's no argument except that he knocked that man out swiftly. There's no need to, Anthony Joshua did this or Wilder did that, because just because they did those things at those times don't mean that, it doesn't mean anything really. It still means that if we want to see who's the better fighter, they have to fight. Now, the narrative that is playing out is none of the big three want to fight. Let's change that narrative because that's a lie. First of all, Deontay Wilder has fought Luis Ortiz, the man at one point everyone was calling the boogeyman in the heavyweight division. And nobody was running forward to fight this man. Deontay Wilder took that fight. That was a hard fight. Then he turned around and fought Tyson Fury. That's two hard fights. Breazeale was his next fight. Some people, even I must admit, I didn't consider Breazeale that strong of an opposition, but then I didn't say that he couldn't win, because in a fight, anyone can win, and a knockout can be laid to anyone's chin if tapped the right way. So, by me saying that, I guess I'm trying to say is, so far, Deontay Wilder has shown and proven he is willing to fight. He has had 3 fights. And the question for me to ask is, when was the last time that Anthony Joshua fought? By no fault of his own, he should be getting ready to fight Big Baby Miller, but Miller screwed that up. But people are saying, I heard one of these so-called experts say it's a shame that Deontay Wilder already has fights lined up and Joshua is not one of them. We can rewind back let's say a year or 2 years, where Anthony Joshua was doing the same thing. He was lining his fights up. I'll knock her down as I come to him. That's why he has the date that he has now in Madison Square Garden. It was already a preset date. So I guess the tables have kind of turned and people want to fight Wilder, and Anthony Joshua is having a hard time finding dance partners that will suffice the general public. The American public wants to see knockouts and haymakers and things like that. AJ has Andy Ruiz coming up pretty soon. And a lot of people are saying, hey, that's a good fight. That's going to be a hard fight for AJ. And this could be. But I know, just like anybody else knows, none of these fighters are getting put into fights by their people where their people are thinking, hey, this person might be our fighter. No, they're not doing that. They're going in there saying, this should be an easy touch. I believe that's the word that Tyson Fury likes to use. This should be an easy touch for I got to maintain his status until the big mega fight comes up between, as everyone likes to say, one of the three. Well, one of the three has already fought one of the three. So we're waiting for one other person to join the party and start playing, so we can decipher who really is the #1 heavyweight in the world. Deontay Wilder proved that he can go back to the drawing board. He tightened his game up a little. He looked a lot neater. Now, I know that's not going to satisfy a lot of people's appetite, because they're going to still say he's still not technical, he's still sloppy, and what other downfalls that you might have to write out for him. But I'm going to say one thing, and I got this from Skip Bayless a couple of years ago when he was riding with Tim Tebow. You might not like Deontay Wilder, but all he does is win. All he does is win. So once again, I just thought I'd come in and drop a few nuggets. Y'all want to fight about it? We can fight about it. Debate, that is. I'm an American. I love our American fighters. I love our American heavyweight. Keep doing your thing, Bronze Bomber. Behind you 100%. All of our American fighters, I'm behind you. Some of you UK fighters, I'm behind you guys too. I'm not an Anthony Joshua hater. I actually like Anthony Joshua. I was one of the first people in my group of friends to start saying, hey man, these guys over in the UK got a guy named Anthony Joshua. Looks like a beast. At one point, hopefully, it doesn't end like, Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis. I hope it doesn't end like that where they don't fight. I would like to see these guys fight. I would really like to see these guys fight, just to get it out the way. But on another note, Tony the Tiger Harrison, who is now WBC strap, and he's getting ready to fight the Charlo twin for the second time. We're going to see who's really the man. 154 looks a lot different now. Tony Harrison over here. Got Julian J. Rock Williams, who just relieved Hurd of his belts. And the last interview that I seen Hurd in, he was saying that he's going to have to run that rematch back because he needs his straps back. All I can say is that's some fights I'm looking forward to seeing. The best thing I can say about the other night was we saw some good fights. We saw people step up and do what they say they were going to do. We saw the resolve of Wilder. Quick footnote, I didn't like the way that the announcer did when he was doing the interview. I really think it was kind of tacky for him to say that nobody wanted to see Breazeale and Wilder fight. Apparently, someone wanted to see that fight. I watched it. I'm sure millions of other homes watched it. It was a fight that was free of pay-per-view. So who wouldn't watch a free fight? Now, I heard one of the British YouTube channels pull up the floor plans of the Barclays Center and talk about how it didn't sell out and they didn't do a good job and they really didn't make money. Well, it was a free fight, and it was a fight to bring in casual fans, bring in the fans that would naturally turn to a fight. Here's a fight on Showtime. A heavyweight champion defending his belt, another champion defending his belt in Gary Russell, and Floyd Mayweather's guy, Hernandez, who looked pretty good, which may be fighting for some kind of strap sooner than later. Don't know what the promoters are doing with each other. All I can do is speak on what the fighters do when they step out there, and some of the promoters that are in front of the camera just a little too much. I still say it's weak for a bigger fighter to call out a smaller fighter. I don't care if they do it through the promoter or they do it themselves. That's just how I feel. By me saying that, not having to rag too hard on how the fight went or trying to break down what Dominique didn't do, because we all saw what didn't happen. We all saw what did happen. Unless you're blind, you saw a devastating knockout. Unless you have no emotion, then you felt nothing when you saw that knockout. But most people, when they saw that knockout, they were quite impressed. I remember seeing Anthony Joshua doing an interview where he was saying that he fought Brazil, and Brazil was a dog and a hard fight, and it took him 7 rounds to get him out of there. And he hoped that it took Deontay Wilder 9 rounds to get him out of there. That way he'd have one up on Deontay Wilder. Well, after that knockout, I wonder what he thought. Maybe we'll hear something from him. Maybe we won't. But it makes me wonder, is anybody in a hurry to jump in the ring with Deontay Wilder after the other night? We'll see soon enough. For all of my people that's been here before, I thank you for being here now. If you're new, I ask that you hit the subscribe button, tap the bell icon so you can be notified when we drop more content. Leave us a comment, good, bad, or indifferent. Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Until next time, peace.